Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I'm joined today with Strange,
Hi.
and then above got Bateman.
Hello.
The little tag on my hat sticking.
I was gonna say.
Thank you. I find it funny.
Dem's cam prior to the stream.
It'll be sticking out in public sometimes. And I'll ask like whoever I'm with, like, why are you telling me? Like, I actually didn't even notice. So how do you not notice a big black rectangle on my forehead?
Oh, it's part of the design. It's part of the design.
It's like we've had face-to-face conversations today. How did you not notice?
Wait, what have you not noticed? I just completely blanked out then.
There's tag on my hat, intentionally stick it out. I'll be in the middle of the day and it'll just be like that. Not usually out as much, but it'll be out. And like, why did no one tell me? And they're like, I didn't notice. How? How did you not notice?
I will admit, them, if that was me, I probably wouldn't notice either.
I did tell Bateman when I was there in person, I was like, if you see that stick it out, just tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Thing is, I don't want to cut it because then sometimes you get like the little itchy part from where you didn't cut it close enough or whatever, and it scratches your head.
And because you can never cut it properly straight for it not to scratch. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And the way they have it stitched in is it's actually part of the stitching for the hat, so I can't just cut the stitches for the tag because it's the main stitches as well.
Is there a way you can glue it in, maybe?
See, for me, I feel like it'll be a hot day and the glue will kind of come loose and then it'll be stuck on my head.
Fair.
That sounds unpleasant. And then I'll have a rectangle-shaped bald patch right here. It's okay, I always wear a hat. No one will see it.
Oh.
One of the biggest reasons I do like to wear a hat, I mean, first of all, it keeps my hair out of my face. But also, when I wear headphones, it protects the top of my head.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, I've kind of got the side version. I'm keeping the hair on my face, but the top of my hair is still affected by headphones.
And I just got nothing.
You have glasses. You're fine.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't meant to make sense.
I was like thinking, how I don't. Okay, I can wear.
I don't wear glasses. What you see is an illusion. It's a filter.
I don't need glasses. Actually, I'm blind about this.
Was it a popular thing in the UK to
wear fake glasses?
To wear the fake ones?
Yes, it was very popular.
Like, especially like when I would have been in high school.
Like the big massive one.
It was a thing.
Well, did you also get it where people would keep the glasses from the 3D movies and they just pop out the lenses and wear those?
Yep.
I never knew people to do that, but it probably did happen. Yeah.
I knew people who did that, but mainly for like cosplays and stuff.
Yes, yeah, that's fair.
They did that in my high school. It's like trying to act like the real. It's like, bro, it says real D on the side. Like,
and also you can tell when.
I know.
I was gonna say, if you have a pair of glasses, you can usually tell there's like no lenses in them; they're completely clear. Because you can see now, I got glasses. You can see the reflection, but if you've got no glass in them, you can tell it's not real.
I'm gonna ruin something for you.
Oh no!
If you look at most actors in movies and TV shows, they have no lenses in their glasses.
Oh, I've noticed that in some Chinese dramas. I can tell straight away, and it annoys me the fact they're wearing fake glasses because I'd rather have the reflection there. Not all dramas.
Problem is, it will sometimes reflect the camera crew.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what you want to avoid.
I think it's mainly like the older shows, like the ones before, like they had good editing. Because a lot of the newer ones I watched, where they wear glasses, you can tell they're real because you can see like the light reflection in them. But they're able to edit out any sort of like reflection of camera crew.
I thought it was.
But it's like these sort. Not all dramas, but I mean some of the older ones with probably less money. You can tell they had to take the lenses out for the glasses, and like there's no point in wearing glasses by that point.
I thought it was funny though. The TV that I have, not my 4K one, the one I had before that, like the default settings that I never changed because I kind of liked it. it just looked like you were looking at people like in the room with you. It's like my TV undid all the post production, and I remember watching Stargate SG-1, and it's like the guy has a symbol that's supposed to be like burned into his forehead. It's like with that TV, like everything else, it looked great. On that TV, it's like that's a rubber stamp on that man's head. Like it's just like a rubber prosthetic thing that they just have right there. Like even watching some of the Marvel movies, like Vision, it's like that man is he's wearing some stuff. Which
Fair.
you're intended to change the settings, but I'm like it was crazy to me how much you don't notice because of just the TV settings will kind of fix it a little bit, but you'd remove some of that. It just removes a lot of the post production touch up work.
I was gonna say the other way production could work. They could, I think, either they don't have any lenses and any glasses when you actually film something, or they manage to put some sort of reflection back into the glasses on post production.
Mhm.
That way to make them look more realistic. Because I feel like it adds more. It might be such a simple detail, but having no lens in the glasses can annoy me because the fact like they look so fake. So if there's like a slight reflection in them, you can pass off as real glasses.
Yeah.
But I never understood why
Fake
they use
glass.
fake. I never really understood like why use fake glass in the first place to show someone's wearing glasses. There's no point. They
Well, they
don't
do it
need
'cause-
glasses, obviously.
Well, the character needs glasses though.
That's a good point. Yeah, some
Like,
okay,
could you
got me there.
imagine if they did a Scooby Doo where they're like doesn't have
Without
glasses because
without
the
my
I
actress
glasses.
can't
doesn't
find
need
my
glasses.
glasses. Like, oh wait a minute. It's
Okay,
okay, they're
in
lenses.
that sort of aspect, that makes sense because based on the character. But I mean, I meant like more of like if it's an original show of like it's completely new. It's made that you made it for a film. Yet someone's in that film wearing fake glasses. Like you
In
made
this
it that.
story, everyone can see.
Well, that's what I'm saying though.
I get, yeah, okay, I get you. The character has to.
The character still
Okay.
needs it.
All right, fair enough.
I get what you're saying, but then it doesn't seem weird because then eventually people will be like, "Wow, I feel like as a glasses person, I'm not represented in this show."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you get that point as well. You can see me, the person with glasses, like I wouldn't care. Like for all I know, they could be wearing contact lenses, you know.
Talk about reflections though.
Mm.
Let me see where's this one.
Am I off center?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, that's annoying me. I just realised that. I do apologise. Just
So,
moving.
I think that's after.
I think that's it better now. Have I gone too far over that?
I'd say it better that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this shot. Where even it's a very small part of it, but even some like people who do CGI were like, "This is incredible." The shot that they did, and I think you were saying you saw the new Suicide Squad, right? The newer one, Strange. I thought you had mentioned seeing it before.
We're seeing Strange go close to the camera right now.
Whoa!
Sorry, my camera.
I look away from stream for like 2 seconds.
My camera is annoying me because I wasn't like centered. I was like halfway off the screen. So
She's
I'm just
always
refreshing
having camera problems, everyone.
All right, it's better now.
Watch me now. I'm gonna crop it the other way.
Well, the fact is, since I put my camera back to normal, the camera position on your stream was the same as my Discord one. So I was like halfway off the screen, and it was kind of irritating me. And I'm just like more centered. Anyway, going back to like Suicide Squad.
Wait, what was?
Because I have seen both of them.
What was the problem?
Oh, I was actually like down here on stream, so you could see more of the head of my chair, but you couldn't. I was like halfway down the screen.
Oh, so you were just off center? I mean, I'll fix that for you.
Well, no, because I was off centered on my Discord as well as your stream.
There you go. All right, now you're centered.
Can you not do that, please?
Well, now we can't even see you. It's just the pillow on your chair. It's very centered though.
It's a very centered pillow. I feel very uneasy.
I'm not going back on screen. I'm not doing it.
Well, then how can I put the camera back if I don't know where you're supposed to be?
Dem's
Please,
editing phase.
please
Midstream.
put it back. I don't like it.
I tricked you. I just do I just do Control Z.
Control C. Oh, Control Z.
It felt
Strange
like I
was
had a copy
complaining
paste.
about not being centered, so I centered her. That's what happened.
No, I was saying I complained that I wasn't centered myself. See, I feel more centered now.
But yeah, talking about the Suicide Squad though, in Reflect, they never cut. They did the entire episode in one shot.
Oh, right.
In that one they actually didn't cut it at all. And the entire episode though, it was filming wise was not terrible to do because they didn't really move. They, if I remember correctly, I think they just had like a new baby or something like that, and they were just talking about like life stresses, and they were just kind of sitting there talking. But still, for the actors, they have to remember the entire like 22 minutes of dialogue that they had to speak.
I'm guessing it must have been quite like
Yeah,
a simple
that's
dialogue where
impressive.
they could, or they might. I'm guessing he probably didn't have much dialogue as much like a point there to say at some point, and they could just kind of wing it slightly. I'm guessing to make it easier to remember dialogue.
Yeah. Which I mean, it doesn't sound that impressive when you compare it to like a stage play, but you also have to think about the fact that you're doing this for film. So if one of them forgets a line, if you have a lighting issue that has to be fixed, you have to restart from the beginning.
Like with plays, you gotta remember like people can go off stage and learn some lines where they kind of forgetting them a little bit.
Yeah.
Tape to the stage.
But one of the things I loved about Mad About You is they're they would have like a little scene that happens during the end credits, which half of them were like not they're not really like canon, but in or they're like breaking for the fourth wall, something like that. But in that one, it was funny because his profession in there was working in doing like TV and film stuff. That was his character's profession. And in the end credits part, he's talking to her. He's like, "Yeah, so we just did this one thing where you have to do is like one camera shot for the whole thing. He's, you know how difficult it is to do like one camera shot for the entire production." Yeah, it was just funny, like breaking the fourth wall, talking about like what they just did, but in character for a different project. What one of the funniest things, because that show was on when Titanic came out, and uh his thing, like he was part of this tiny little film documentary production studio, and his team was given the project to make the making of the Titanic, because it was already the documentary, the making of the Titanic, and then they had to interview the people who made the documentary, and it was really funny.
Dang.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah. People would be like, "Oh, you're doing the make of the Titanic." No, we're doing the making of the Titanic. Yeah, just silly stuff like that. It was a good show. I like like I said, they would break fourth wall and do funny things. Like he had a best friend character in the first season, who just never showed up in any of the other seasons. They never talked about him or anything. And just one of the last, it might have been the last season or season before that, someone said something about him. It's like, oh yeah, whatever happened to that guy? It's like, it was just bringing it up just because he unceremoniously was just off the show. It's definitely a good one. I would definitely recommend that show. It was a good one, and it often gets overlooked to me. And to me, I actually, looking back for shows I would rewatch that over Friends. I know a lot of people like Friends, but I'm Mad About You, I think was a better show.
I will. I never watched that before you. I never watched it, but I will say I find sometimes Friends I can't bother rewatching. Not because I don't like it, but sometimes I feel like it's overhyped a lot to the point it's on too much now.
Yeah.
If I've seen episodes I've seen many times, I'll be like, I want to see the other one. The one I haven't seen
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah,
think-
like I feel like some of the early ones I haven't seen for a while because they always show the later ones more.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, Mad About You is funny. I do think their situations, while they are definitely played up because it's a show, they're more relatable. Some of the situations they get into.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Friends. I need to rewatch it at some point, like all the way through from like season 1 to season 10.
Yeah.
Like, I need to sit
It's
down and
fun doing
rewatch
that.
it. Yeah, I feel like if I just watch an episode here and there, I'm not getting the full story anymore. I need to watch it because I never actually rewatched it from series 1 to series 10. I've seen every episode, but not in the right order per se. That makes sense.
Every episode.
I think I've have, yeah. You're gonna test me on this.
I'm testing.
I probably just stab myself in
Here,
the back or something.
let's see. I'm gonna flip through. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right.
I'm scared now.
Who is Ken Adams?
Is he?
I know.
Is that act in the show or is that a character?
Who is Ken Adams? That's just the question.
Who's Ken Adams Strange?
Who's Ken Adams?
Ken Adams.
I will admit, don't feel bad if you don't get it. I forgot this. I haven't watched the show in honestly probably about 10 years. Maybe more.
My
This
guess
one
is
it's quite memorable.
I want to say he's probably one of Monica's boyfriends.
You are wrong.
Okay. Wait, is it Phoebe's?
No, you're not on the right line at all.
Bateman
Okay,
seems
then.
very confident. I'm curious. Go ahead, Bateman.
Ken Adams is a persona Joey uses.
That is correct.
Oh. When did you use that?
Oh, it came up in the episode when Rachel learns the Europe story and uses it on Ross, but she obviously tries to make out that Ross came onto her, even though she only used the Europe story. And when she realizes everybody knows the Europe story, she's like, "Oh, great! Now they all know that I started it." And she's like, "But how did you all know the Europe story?" And like, Joey steps up and he's like, "No, my friend said it was Ken Adams." And Joe's like, "Ken Adams, Ken Adams."
Oh yeah. Well, I kind of felt bad in that episode because actually Ross
That
kind
episode
of
was
Ross
honestly,
had a care for her as well.
that
Like,
episode was funny because Rachel was very much trying to take a high ground and pretty much just got shot down because she knew what she did.
Yeah, and
Even though Ross actually tried to defend her in a way.
Ross tried to defend her and try and take the blame, or like, but the fact she kept going on about Ross and went like, no, it was the other way round.
It's like,
But
right,
he kind of
in 10
held
seconds.
Yeah.
It's like Rachel's like, in 10 seconds you'll see Ross come on to me, and then Ross just goes, and in 5 seconds you'll see why. Just, and then the way everyone looks at Rachel is just so funny in that scene. Like, you know, all the characters do stupid things in that series, but that was like the one where it's like, you know,
Yeah. Can you give me one more question? I just want to prove it. Kev! Kev, one more question.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Who is Ken Adams? No, I'm just kidding.
If that was happening. I just forgotten that space of time.
Fill in the blank quote.
Oh no. I'm bad at quotes.